Hi guys, it's Stark's Warehouse here once again with the second video in this video series of how to make your own prosthetics on the budget. So after the first video, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. We have a mould of the chin, and to cast the mould what we're going to start off with is some cheap modelling clay. Now take the modelling clay just to make a base for the mould. So basically I just rolled some of the clay into a sausage shape and just wrapped it around the base of the mould so it had something to sit on, so it was facing upright so that when we pour the plaster in it doesn't spill out. Now once I'd done that, I took some more clay and filled in the holes that wasn't filled in the mould originally, as you can see right here. Now to do that I just took the clay again, rolled it into a ball, squished it into a flat surface and stuck it over the holes, as you can see right here. As this stops the plaster leaking once I poured the plaster into the mould. After that I covered the inside of the mould with petroleum jelly, which is more commonly known as Vaseline. I'll just use this as a mould release so that when we go to pull the plaster out of the mould it'll come out a lot more easily. Now I just used some cheap plaster of Paris. I think this cost about $5, as I just mixed it as per the instructions on the box. Now once you've got all your mix inside the bowl, you can go ahead and get your hand in there or a wooden stick or anything just to mix it all up, but make sure all the lumps are thoroughly mixed in, there's no lumps inside the mix. Now I went ahead and added some more plaster into my mix because I've used this stuff before, so I know what consistency I like to have it at. But if you're not too confident with that, just go as per directions on the box and you should be fine. Now once it's been mixed a while, it starts to get to a nice creamy consistency like you can see here, then we should be all ready for pouring. Now what you do is take the bowl of the plaster and slowly pour it into your mould. If you do it a nice thin stream like this, instead of pouring it all in at once, the thin stream will cause the air bubbles to pop once pouring in, so that you won't have any air bubbles inside the cast once you pull it out. Now you just want to take it all the way to the top, don't overflow it, as long as it's at a nice flat level. Now after about an hour, the plaster's set. This is the point where we can go to demold it. So start by taking off the clay from around the edges. Now if you're careful and get rid of all the plaster from the clay and wipe the Vaseline off, you can reuse this again. So just stir that to one side, don't throw it away. And obviously I took all the clay off from around the sides and the bottom as well. And once you've got all that off, you can go ahead and the mould should just pull away from the cast because of the Vaseline release we put on earlier. And just like that. And as you can see, we've got a pretty decent cast to the chin for not too expensive. Now once we're at this stage, we want to go ahead and wipe all of the petroleum jelly off of the cast. Now I want to do this because when we put the clay on to make the sculpture next, we don't want the clay slipping all over the place and not staying on the actual cast. So we want to go ahead and wipe it off. Make sure you're very thorough with it and wipe as much as you possibly can get off. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe and I'll be back with the next video on sculpting the prosthetic very soon.